Hi everyone, I'm Liz, and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch for Flosstube episode 110. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Sunday Flosstube episode. I'm Liz, and I am so happy to be here to talk to you guys about all of the stitching and knitting and sewing and crafting that I have been doing the past 2 weeks. How has everybody been? Happy 4th of July for those in the United States. I'm in the middle of a long weekend here and it's glorious. And yeah, I'm excited to sit down and film all of my project updates for you guys. So I have a new camera set up. If you remember a few videos ago when this happened, I ended up breaking my camera lens. So the camera body itself was fine, but the lens I had on the camera ended up breaking. So I ordered a new lens and it's slightly fancier than the one that came with my camera. So I hope this is all working out. We'll find out once I go edit. I think I have all the settings and everything set up, but it probably looks a little bit different from some of my previous videos. I don't know. It's fine. But I'm very happy to have a working camera again. I don't know. I normally film on my iPhone, but I like having a separate camera to film on. And I like being able to do 2 different shots, like when I'm filming tutorials and things, which is why I got this camera. But I've had it a year now and I still don't really know how to use it. So Kathleen, I wish you lived closer and you could teach me how to use this fancy camera. Anyways, let's see. What have I been up to in the last 2 weeks? Not that much. A lot of work. They threw a work party for us last week, which was a lot of fun, but it was outdoors and it was 105 degrees. If you've seen in the news, Texas and a lot of the South has just been like inside of a hand dryer, basically. There's just been like a heat wave just sitting on top of us, boiling us alive. It actually wasn't that bad yesterday. I think it only got to like 95. Woo! But for the previous couple of weeks, it was just like in the hundreds every day. And, you know, I don't know. I don't mind. I don't like being outdoors that much in the heat, but I like being in the pool when it's that hot. So like every day after work, I would come home and just like immediately get in the pool, and it was great. Thank you guys for the love on last week's video or 2 weeks ago's video. I had some issues, of course, with filming, which is another reason why I'm excited to have my new setup and hopefully the lighting. I mean, it all looks good on the screen. As far as I can see. But, you know, I did the best with what I had last time, and I still really wanted to show off Mom's quilts. So I'm glad you guys hung in there with the kind of blurry, overexposed video. And Mom has since finished a lot of those quilts that she showed you in progress. If I have some pictures, I'll put them up here. So yeah, she's been a quilting machine, and she did a Blackbird Designs quilt that I don't even think she showed you 2 weeks ago. I think that has been started, pieced, quilted, and bound all in the last 2 weeks. She's a machine. I really, really wish I had her sewing mojo right now because I just have not been sewing at all, really, in the last couple of months. I have some projects I want to do. I had one project I thought I was going to do this weekend before I came to film. I didn't have time. That's not true. I didn't have the motivation. I had the time. But instead, I've just been stitching like a mad woman. So, yeah, that's fine. I'll show you all my cross-stitch progress. No sewing today, unfortunately. But Mom, I think she's like, she was joking that she needs my cross-stitch mojo because she needs to slow down on quilts because she's running out of people and places for those quilts. And I wish the video hadn't looked so bad because she actually has been working on Liz Matthews' Vanity Sampler, which I know a lot of people are stitching on right now. And so we showed her progress. Maybe I'll ask her to take a picture for me. And I'll put it in here so you can see her Vanity Sampler progress, because that's one thing we didn't get to show off 2 weeks ago. But that's been her big cross-stitch project that she's been working on. So Yes. Okay. I think that's all the preamble. Let me show you what I've been stitching on. Okay, I had a finish. I showed you guys this just barely started last time, and it is the Create Every Day by Teresa Kogut, and this was her 2020 Nashville Needlework Market freebie, and I was inspired to stitch this by Nicole Spohr, and Nicole decided to convert hers to a rainbow, and she did it on pink fabric, and I was like, I love rainbows and pink fabric. So I had to stitch mine just like Nicole. I didn't have her color and cotton flosses that she used, so I just pulled kind of a prim rainbow out of my stash. It's not that prim, but it is like not primary rainbow. And I managed to finish mine. So here is what mine looks like. And I absolutely love it. This is a fairly quick stitch, but it is a Teresa Kogut piece, which means it's not that quick. Teresa loves big old blocks of stitching. But I mean, this one only took realistically maybe 3 or 4 days of stitching. Or, I mean, it probably could have gone quicker, but whatever. It took me about 3 or 4 days. And I absolutely love the rainbow. I shared all of my floss colors in last time's video, and if you want to get to it more quickly, just go to my Instagram page, which is at Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, and I took a photo of all of the flosses that I used. So really you just need 6 colors of a rainbow and then an accent color. So that's what I did. And then I even charted, she had these little X's charted, and I even did those in kind of a little rainbow. I thought that was cute. And I really had high hopes for turning this into an FFO before this video. That's the sewing project that I didn't get to. And I actually have, I'll show you, because I really had planned on filming, so I still have stuff set up on my desk for it. So as you can see, here on my desk, I have this lovely rainbow of quilt fabric scraps, because my plan is to turn this into a little quilted wall hanging using rainbow quilt scraps. And the main holdup is that I was like kind of sketching out ideas for what I wanted the wall hanging to look like on my iPad, and I didn't really come up with, like, you know, the light bulb. I didn't have the light bulb moment. I didn't quite figure out exactly how I want to do the rainbow scraps around the cross stitch. So that's why it's not done. And I just wasn't, I don't know. I just didn't have any great ideas. So I'm hoping, because I still have 2.5 days left of this long weekend, that I can figure out a plan for fully finishing this and work on it sometime soon, because I really want this hanging up in my craft room. Okay, so I told you guys about my threads. I use my own conversion, and then the fabric is 40 count blush Zweigart linen, and I stitched 1 strand over 2 on 40 count. So yeah, that is Create Every Day. And if you need a link to the freebie, I will have it down in the description box. You can find it numerous places. I found it on the Fat Quarter Shop's website, and you can also find it on Teresa Kogut's website. So yeah. I've seen a lot of other people. Oh yeah, Michelle from Penny's Daughter Shares. She stitched hers in rainbow. It looks super cute. And I've seen a couple other people on Instagram post photos. So yeah, I just think it's so cute. I think Mom was saying that she wanted to stitch it too. So if anybody else stitches it, tag me. I want to see. So thank you, Nicole, for inspiring me to stitch this. I love it. Oh yes, and of course I pulled this scrap of rainbow stars because it's like one of my favorite all-time fabrics, and I just felt like this would be a good background or backing for the wall hanging. So I'm going to keep that in a stack on my table so that I work on it soon. Okay, so in my video 2 weeks ago, I kind of talked about wipgo a little bit, and I had talked about how I thought I might just keep working on my land that I love until 4th of July and try to finish it. But then I kind of nixed that idea and decided, let's just stick to my wipgo goals. Land that I love will get called again at some point, but I'm going to try and stay on track with what's being called and completing my goals that I had set at the beginning of the year. And so I think I left myself about 2 weeks or 10 days or something to get my 2 wipgo goals done. And luckily the June goals were very easy to get done. So the first one was to finish a square of my Barbara Anna's Santa's Trips. There's like too many S's and possessive words in that. So it looks like this. It's a 9 square layout with a border. And I had this on my wipgo board twice this year to finish 2 of the squares. And I finished my goals. And here's what it looks like. So cute. So I stitched this bottom one right here where they're writing, what are they writing? It's a little rabbit. They're writing a little rabbit. And now looking at it, I realized I was going to complete that border down the side, but I forgot to get that green out and finish off that border over there. But that's okay. I'm still calling this a completed goal. And so now I have 2/3 of this complete. I just have one more row left to do. Which I'm very excited about because I really do love this one. It's so graphic and bright and cool. And I'm stitching this one on a 40 count Lakeside linen vintage maple syrup or vintage maple sugar. I can never remember. And I did my own NPI silk floss conversion. And so the NPIs are totally not necessary. The DMC colors look amazing. I just, at the time when I started this, I think in 2020, I just really liked stitching with silk, or I wanted to try stitching with silk. I wanted to try it out. And I wanted to try NPI specifically because I knew how many people loved stitching with NPI. And so of course now I know I love stitching with it, but it's totally not a necessary conversion because NPI is solid color, same as DMC. It's just shinier and softer. But anyways, not a necessary thing, but it's what I did to stitch mine. So I'm stitching 1 strand over 2 on 40 count Lakeside linen. And it's so beautiful. And I'm really happy that I got this June wipgo goal done. Okay, and then the second goal I had for June was to complete 1 section of the Sunnyside Sampler. Oop. See if I can get that in focus for you. That's going to be the trick with this new camera. I'm really hoping that everything is in focus that I'm showing you. But I guess I'll find out during editing when it's too late to do anything. Okay, so a lot of people are stitching this as a stitch along, which really did inspire me to get mine back out this year and add it to my wipgo board. And I'm kind of following the sections. I believe it was Colette, the highway stitcher, who kind of outlined all the different sections for people into like sections, like I think it was 12 sections, so they could stitch 1 section a month between October to October, which is when Stitch West is. It was like a group of ladies who'd go to Stitch West, which I also want to be a lady who goes to Stitch West, so I need to figure out next year, how do I sign up for that retreat? Somebody let me know. Because also I really want to go to Utah. There's like, okay, so Pine Needles is a Utah quilt store that I love, and I found out about them through Pam and Steph going to Stitch West and filming like quilt and cross stitch shops. So anyways, Stitch West is on my list. I need to figure that out for next year. I assume October is already full. If it's not, somebody let me know, but I'm pretty sure it's full. Anyways, I got sidetracked. So the next section I had is actually one of the smallest sections. So I was able to complete this goal in just a couple of days, which was awesome. So here is what my Sunnyside Sampler looks like now. And I stitched the big cherry tree or apple tree section. That's the section that I completed this month. And I am stitching this with all of the called for colors, which is a mix of NPI and Dinky Dye silk. And I, instead of using the 32 count, I think this is flax linen or natural linen from Zweigart, I ended up switching to 36 count, which is my preferred. So I'm doing mine all called for, except I did switch to 36 count linen. And I love it. What else do I have to say about this one? Nothing, I don't think. I think I'm almost halfway. I think the next house, which is the sunflower house there, I believe that's the center point. So yeah, I think once I get that done, I'll be halfway done. This is, I don't think I have this on my wipgo board again, although I could be wrong. I don't remember. But I might keep on working on what was I even trying to say? Just lost my train of thought mid-word. It's like that Michael Scott quote from The Office where he's like, sometimes I just start a sentence and I don't know where it's going and I just hope I find it along the way. That's like half of my Flosstube. Just start talking and hope you figure out what you're trying to say. Yeah. Anyways, love it. And super happy to have gotten my 2 June wipgo goals completed. I will take a screenshot of my little wipgo board and put it up here, but I am all caught up to date, halfway through the year. Very proud of myself, and that gave me permission to do a new start, which I'll show you in a minute. Not that I ever need permission, but sometimes, you know, I have so many whips. Sometimes I need to justify a new start. So before I get to that new start, though, I also spent just about one night and one day, maybe, stitching on my birthday start, which is Margarita Schroeder by Jeanette Douglas. It's gorgeous kind of interpretation of a reproduction. Is it still called a reproduction when they kind of shift stuff around? She had an antique that she based this on, but she kind of moved motifs and things around to make it into this kind of band sampler, which I love. So, I mean, I don't do a ton of straight reproduction samplers. There are plenty that I like, and I have done some of them, especially I'm thinking of like Hands Across the Sea. I've done a red sampler. I know I've done reproductions, but original or like interpretive reproductions tend to be kind of my thing because I don't know, I like the more like symmetrical and just kind of like the designer's eye on it, because reproductions of antiques, the antiques were done by little girls who were learning how to stitch in school and stuff, and so it's very cool, like the historical aspect of it, but from like a design perspective, sometimes I prefer the more like original or fixed up reproduction samplers where they're just kind of like, I don't know, more symmetrical, a little bit more design elements, or I don't know. That's just my preference. And I think that's why I'm drawn to this one, because it is a reproduction sampler, but one that's been kind of cleaned up a bit and redesigned a little bit, and I love it. And I'm still up here in this section, and I cannot wait to get down here to all of the animals. So I actually took this with me. I was invited to a local stitching group meetup, the CP Needlers. If anybody's in Cedar Park, let me know. They have a Facebook group and they meet on Fridays at a local Mexican restaurant to sit and stitch. And so I joined them for the first time this Friday, and I brought this one with me, and I was joking that, you know, all the work up here I'm doing is like eating my vegetables before I get down to dessert, which is stitching all of the cute little animals. So I'm still working on my vegetables. And here is where Margaretha is at. So not too different from the last time I showed you. I think I had finished this red band here last time I showed it to you. And so I just put in the berry basket this little motif, and I started working on that bird. So I am stitching mine on 40 count vintage Fawn by Lakeside Linens, and I'm using the DMC conversion that she lists on the chart. And my friend Shiloh, X-Stitch MD, has started hers, and she's almost in the exact same spot, and I'm sure she'll finish it before me because she is the fastest stitcher I know. Speaking of, okay, so I've been hearing a lot about full coverage lately because some of the people that I've been watching lately have been talking about full coverage. And no, I'm not gonna start a full coverage. I love watching people who stitch them, but like, that's just not for me. But Shiloh, like, I was just thinking about how many full coverages she's actually finished and like how close she is to finishing her, is it In the Rain, Dancing in the Rain? I can't remember the name of it, but the one where it's like the person in the umbrella. And I just don't know. Like, how do people finish full coverages? Anyways, I'm just always impressed by Shiloh's mad stitching skills. I was just thinking about that. Okay, so that is my birthday start. If anyone else is stitching it, please tag me on Instagram. I want to see. I finally remembered to post a photo of my start, and I have a hashtag I set up. I think it's Margaretha by Elizabeth and B-Day Sal. I'll put it up here. And yes, let me know if you're stitching this because I want to see it. So it'll keep me motivated to stitch on mine. Oh my gosh. Okay. I was just checking my notes on my phone while in the middle of filming, and I just saw the text and the official confirmation. My cousin is having a boy. One of my cousins is having her first baby, and they just did little, you know, cut the cake, see what they're having, party with their in-law, or with her parents, my aunt and uncle and her in-laws. And they just announced they're having a little boy. Oh my God, I have another little baby quilt to make. I can't wait. Okay, that's exciting. Where was I? I had a new start. So I finished my wipgo goals. I was feeling like I'm ahead of schedule. Look at me go. What do I want to work on? And I was on Instagram scrolling, and Wendy, who runs the Tinsmith's Wife, had posted that they had just gotten in stock the new Brenda Gervais at home. So this chart was a retreat piece at some point last year, and I remember seeing it, loving it, and just put it away as at some point it'll come out, and I had totally forgotten about it until Wendy posted that they had these new and in stock. So I immediately DM'd her and was like, kit it up for me, please. And yeah, it came. I started it. Like, I love ordering things from Wendy because she's only 2 hours south of me. And so when she puts it in the mail, it's usually literally the next day or the day after that I get it. So it was a very impulsive purchase. Start it. Let's go. And I'm obsessed with it. And I'm going to have a hard time putting it down for my July wipgo goals. So here is where I'm at with at home. And I love it. I hope that's on camera. Oh, I hope you can see it. It's like very dainty and delicate. I'll just like do some close-ups too. Yeah, so I am stitching it completely as called for, except that I switched to a 40 count vintage country mocha instead of 36 count. I find, like, I'm not like a coverage stitcher where I stitch 2 strands on 36, but I do prefer hand-dyed 36 counts because they're just a little bit tighter. And so I definitely stitch a lot on 36 count vintage country mocha, but because of the size of the sampler, also, I just felt like, because I think if I'm like not completing a sentence, I'm just talking stream of consciousness, sorry. I think if I had stitched this on 36 count, I would have needed a fat half because it's a little bit too wide for a fat quarter. She calls for a 20 by 20 piece of linen if you're stitching it on 36 count, but I had a piece of 40 count vintage country mocha, and that means that it will fit with like 2.5, 3-inch margin. So it should come, you know, here to here. It's like a square design. So I just decided to do mine on 40 count for a variety of reasons. And I am using all of the called for threads, which is a mix of fancy floss and DMC. And hopefully those colors are coming through. They're so pretty. Everything is just so soft and delicate. I love, like the border almost feels like kind of lacy and airy to me. And I haven't filled in the centers of these flowers yet because it's only a few stitches and I just hadn't gotten that color out. But yeah, I absolutely love this and I don't really want to put it down. So it might keep getting some love for the next few days as I transition over into July stitching. What else do I have to say about this? I know there's a lot of people who are just starting this because this is a very like sought after, I think, or anticipated design. I saw, okay, so I know New Hampshire Stitcher, Lauren is planning on starting it, or I know she has it on the way. I don't know if she's going to start it. And then Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher, I think you're about to start it. If anyone else is stitching this, let me know. Or if there's a stitch along anyone has started, I will totally jump in because I love it. Okay, So yeah, that's everything that I have been stitching on the past 2 weeks. Okay, the only other craftiness I've gotten up to in the last 2 weeks is knitting. So I get questions about this, even though I show it, I feel like in every video, so I'm gonna mention it again. This is my knitting bag that I made, and I believe I showed this in some sort of sewing vlog. If I can remember which one or figure out which one, I'll link it down below. But this is the Maker's Tote by Noodlehead Designs. And I will link to the pattern. It is an excellent knitting bag. Big, wide open pockets, etc. And I have been taking this to places, like when I have to go run errands, which isn't that often, but like when I go get my nails done, when I get a pedicure, I've been taking it with me to knit. And I love having, like, I feel like I can't really take my cross stitch, you know, like where are you gonna set up the chart? And I stitch in hand, so I don't need like a ton of supplies, but I'm not great at cross stitching in public unless it's like at a stitchy meetup thing where you're sitting like at a table. So I like having knitting as like a portable, easy to work on project. That being said, I've only knit on this a couple of days and for like a couple hours at a time. So I don't have a ton more progress to show you, but I will show you where I'm at. It's still a crop top. And I guess I'm probably a little bit maybe below the boob area. I don't know. I haven't tried it on since I did a few weeks ago. I'll put that picture back up in here in case you missed it. But this is the Rocket Tee by Tanis Fiber Arts. And I am stitching this with Madeline Tosh Merino Light. And I think it's called Ghost Gum Tree. I can't remember. Do I have it? I think I saved my little tag. I might have lost my little tag. Okay, if anyone really needs the color, I said it in my last video, and I'll have to go look up in my order what I ordered. But it's this really pretty pink from Madeline Tosh, and I love it. And yeah, I was hoping to get this done and to wear this summer. That's why I started a short sleeve tee, like a short sleeve sweater, because I was like, oh, it'll be great. I'll get it done and wear it for the summer. I probably won't get this done till the fall, and in that case, I'll wish that I had stitched a long sleeve sweater. And then I'll probably start a long sleeve sweater that I won't finish until the summer, and then the cycle will just repeat. But that's okay. Yeah, okay, that's my knitting update. Okay, other craft updates. I have not been doing any other crafting, and I might have mentioned this 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. Now that I film every 2 weeks, I don't always remember what I covered in the last video. But I have been watching a lot of videos about rug punching. So why did I just lose it? Needle punching. Yeah, needle punch is the right word, right? But like Teresa Kogut and other designers have, where it's like you use 3 strands of floss and the ultra punch. I've tried that and I liked it, but like I never completed a project. But for some reason, I'm really into the idea of doing like the Oxford punch rug punching with like yarn. I haven't bought supplies yet, but I've been watching a lot of videos and I love the idea of getting to like draw my own design and then just punch it. I think I shared with you guys a few months ago about trying to design my own cross stitch chart. I haven't revisited it. I haven't really had the urge to try to design something again. But I have a lot of hand-drawn images that I've done over the years, like when I used to run an Etsy shop and I used to make artwork to turn into like stickers and enamel pins. And so I have some fun designs like of stuff I've drawn that I feel like would be fun to like punch. And I don't know, the idea is just like really appealing to me. So I haven't bought any supplies yet, mostly because I'm kind of like intimidated by those big like stretcher bars. What are they called? It's like a square wooden thing with these like rug hook grippy things that you like put your monk's cloth on. I don't think those are like absolutely necessary. I think you can use a hoop, but I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of the person who like when I start a new hobby, I just go like hard and buy like all the expensive supplies and then hope I don't hate the hobby because then I've just spent all this money. Anyways, which is also why I have not pulled the trigger and bought anything. But I did see some rug punching kits on Etsy where they come with like the Oxford punch needle and like a drawn supplies and yarn and to make like little coasters and things. And that's probably what I should start with before I try to do some big crazy thing. So that's kind of like in my plans. My other plans are July wipgo. I grabbed the 2 projects that were called for July, and oh, I forgot to grab one of them. Okay, so wipgo. Wipgo is the brainchild of Jessie Marie Does Stuff, who has a Flosstube channel and an Instagram page, and she has a Facebook group all about wipgo. I will link it down below if you need more information on how wipgo works. But for July, 3 numbers were called. So one time a year, 3 numbers get called, and that includes the free space in the center. And some people put a project in there, some people leave it as a free space. I put new start because who doesn't love a new start? So I actually haven't decided what my new start is going to be. I have ideas, but I haven't decided. It should have been that Brenda Gervais at home, except I started it a few days ago, still in June. And I also kind of want a new start. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll count that as the new start if I ended up deciding I don't really want to start something new. I'm trying to keep my whips under 40, and I think it's at like 42. So I probably shouldn't start something new, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, so the other 2 wipgo projects that got called for July, I want to show you. Okay, so the first one that was called is Summer House Stitchworks American Harmony number 3. And this is a little mattress pincushion that I started a couple of years ago. And this was my travel project all throughout 2022. Anytime I was on a plane, train, automobile, going somewhere on a trip, I took this with me because it was just 2 colors, 36 count fabric, super easy to stitch on. And but I stopped taking it with me on all my trips, and so it hasn't gotten any love, and it's so close to a finish, so I put it on my wipgo board so that I would finish it this year. And it got called for July. So here is where it's at. So I finished the whole top of the pincushion, and I have been working on the long band that goes all the way around 4 sides. So I think I'm halfway through. Yes, where you see this big double blue line, that's halfway through the bottom band. So, I mean, I really only have like a day or 2 left of cross stitching on this. And then yes, the fully finishing will take some time because you have to like hand sew it all together, but that's not part of the goal. The goal is just to finish it. So I could finish the stitching on this so quick. So I'm really happy this got called, and this will just take a few days of July to get this one stitched. So that's the first one that got called. Let's see, I'm stitching this on a 36 count Picture This Plus Legacy, I think. I'll put it on the screen, and I'm using the called for red and blue. And then the next project that got called is one that I actually was working on just a few weeks ago. So it is my Souvenirs of Summer, and this was my birthday start in 2021. Blackbird Designs Souvenirs of Summer book, and specifically I am doing is it Summer Jubilee? I always forget the name. Let me look. Yes, Summer Jubilee. So there is what the chart looks like. And I believe I have this on my board to stitch for 10 days, which, you know, I've already done a few of those days, and I was like kind of trying to decide, like, these are yearly goals. So do I count the days I already did in June or May whenever I stitched on this, or do I just like start fresh in July? I probably will just start fresh because I do think that 10 days on this will get it to a finish. So I do think I can get this finished in July. So I think I'll probably just stitch on it till it's done, regardless of how many days that takes. But here is where mine is at, and it is folded in half here. I have plenty of room on the linen, but here is what I have stitched so far on Souvenirs of Summer. So pretty. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to this one. It's beautiful and I really want to see it done. The only thing is that it is a little bit slower to stitch on because it is such a dark, you know, gray-black fabric. I am using the called for, which is 18th Century Blackbird. Blackbird. And, but I think I'm using 40 count, yeah, instead of like 32 or whatever theirs was. So 40 count dark fabric is not the easiest, but I can get it done. So Yep. Those are my 2 July wipgo goals and what I'll be working on likely for the next video. Along with some other things, I'm sure, because I'm not ready to put down my Brenda Gervais yet, and I want to contemplate some new starts, and I want to get back to sewing at some point in my life. Okay, so I just have some happy mail. Well, I got a lovely birthday card, which now that I'm saying it out loud, I left it stuck to my fridge. So Mariana, thank you for the beautiful birthday card and the beautiful note. I appreciate it. And then I have some haul I want to show you. And then I have giveaways. I want to announce the Etsy gift card and the pattern giveaway from last time. And then I have some new giveaway bundles to celebrate 3 years. Why didn't I start with that at the start of my video? I had such a hard time doing the introduction to the video. I was like, what am I even talking about? I forgot to mention 3-year anniversary on Flosstube. So clearly I didn't really plan much like I did the previous 2 years. If you missed it, my 2-year anniversary video from last year, I did a look back at the very first video I ever posted on YouTube and did a little like reaction video. I don't know what you call them, where I watched it with you guys on camera, and it was so funny. I was so nervous and scared, and like I didn't know how to like edit myself. Anyways, it was very funny, and all the more impressive. Well, I don't know who stuck. How did anyone stick with me? I appreciate you all. I guess it was like the projects that I was stitching on that like drew people in, because it wasn't my dead face. Anyways, so I didn't really plan much other than I'm going to do some giveaways, but I said it last time, I'll say it again. Thank you all who have found me from the beginning, who've come in later, who enjoy watching my videos and seeing what I get up to. And, you know, I'm hoping to have time to make more fun tutorials and sewing videos and little vlogs and all kinds of more things. This summer has just been busy, and we've been traveling, and we've got some more travel planned in August and September. So we'll see what I get up to. Hopefully I have some more time in July. July, I don't have anything planned, so maybe I'll have time to make some more videos. But a big thank you to all of you who have helped support me over 3 years of Flosstube. Okay, haul. You can hear the crinkle. I have bought a few things. So the first thing, let me take it out of the plastic, and that is a 3-yard cut of backing fabric, quilt backing fabric. So there is a website that my mom and I like called connectingthreads.com, and they like manufacture and design like their own quilt fabric, but then they also sell some like Moda, Riley Blake, like some other designers fabric, and they also run really good deals on backing fabric sometimes. I would definitely go check out their clearance page. So this is actually a Ruby Star Society for Moda backing fabric that has like little suns and moons and stars, etc. on it, and I have used this on 2 quilts. Well, I've used it on 1 quilt, and my mom used it on my wedding ring quilt that she gave me. So 2 of the quilts in my house already have this as a backing. I absolutely love it. And they had it on clearance. So mom and I each bought ourselves a 3-yard cut of backing fabric. So this will go on another quilt that I make, because it's just such a great, like, kind of creamy color neutral. And I do a lot of Ruby Star fabric quilts anyways, so it'll be perfect on one of those. So I got some quilt backing to go with all the rest of my quilt backings, because I have not been quilting, so I have all kinds of backings over there that need to be used. Then from the Fat Quarter shop, I got my Moda Fat Quarter bundle, and this is Berry Basket Petite. I think it's April Rosenthal. Is that who does this line? Again, they don't put the designer on this packaging anywhere. I wish they did, but this is Berry Basket. I'll look it up. I'll put the name on the screen, but this is a gorgeous, gorgeous fabric line. Look at that. So, very red, white, and blue. This would be great for a little patriotic quilt. I have no plans or ideas right now for this, but love these fabrics. So I got that. And then I showed you guys my haul from the Tinsmith's Wife, because it was that Brenda G at home project that I kitted up. Sorry, this pile is falling, which is why I got distracted. And then I got an order from 123 Stitch. And I haven't even opened it. I got it last night and for some reason forgot to open it. So let's just do a little live unboxing of what I got at 123 Stitch. I know a few things that are in here because I kitted something up, but I don't remember what else I ordered. So, and it's a thick one. So let's see what's in here. Woo. Okay, so this series, I decided I want to do the whole series as one big piece, and I think this might be a September 1st start. So Lauren, who is the New Hampshire stitcher, created a very hilariously named BAP to School stitch along, and BAP, B-A-P, stands for Big Ass Project, which I just think is like the funniest thing to call it BAP to School, because obviously all of us are, you know, we're not going back to school, we're continuing to work and live our lives because we're not children, but who doesn't love the back to school time when you get to buy new office supplies and new binders and notebooks and planners? So anyways, I was like, I have to join. What big ass project do I want to stitch? And it turns out the one I want to stitch is by Summerhouse Stitchworks, and it's the Fragments in Time 2023 series. So here are two of the designs, number 1 and number 2. Numbers 3 and 4 were just released, and I have those on the way also, but they weren't in stock in time for this order. And so I decided that I'm going to stitch these all on one piece of fabric, and I got all of the called for threads that they had in stock. So it looks like all classic color works. So I got the threads they had. There's probably a few I'm missing. I think they didn't have a couple of them, but I'll dig through my stash. I probably have them. So I got that, and I think some of this fabric in here is potential fabric choices for stitching this. I don't remember. Let's see, what's the called for fabric? Let's see. Country French Golden Needle. Oh, it's a Witchelt. Yeah, that's why I skipped it. Me and Witchelt are not friends. I don't like their linen. It's just like too crunchy for me. I like a real soft linen. And okay, so let's see what else is in here. A random Weeks Dye Works. It's packaged in a Ziploc bag, even though the rest of the flosses were just like this. That's strange. Okay. There's a skein of Weeks Dye Works. Okay, I got a couple other charts. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the one I got because I want to stitch this for my cousin Abby. So she told us she was pregnant a few weeks ago, and they just found out like the sex of the baby today, which I just told you guys. But I got this one because it's kind of like for any kid, and it's called After the Rain by Filigram. And I might have to put a picture in. I don't know if it's really coming through on this chart photo. We'll see. But it's just a really pretty little alphabet row, and it says, after the rain, the sun shine. Okay. It says, after the rain, the sun shine. It doesn't say shines. Okay, I'd have to add an S. I wonder if this is like maybe from a designer where English is not the first language, because that's kind of a weird phrasing of that. Either way, I think it's a super cute design. Just like a little row of alphabet and rainbow imagery. So anyways, I really want to stitch this one, probably for my cousin who's having a baby. So I know she doesn't watch these, but I got that. And then I got this one that I keep seeing people show in their haul, and so I had to add it to my haul. And it is a Scattered Seed Samplers Summer Sweets Pen Keep. So, I love that big old strawberry. I love anything with a strawberry on it. So I got that chart. And then I got 3 pieces of linen that all look like they're almost the same color. Oops. Oh yeah, they must have just gotten a shipment of Picture This Plus, because 123 Stitch had a lot of fun colors in stock, and one of them of course sold out before I could check out, which was Sand. Picture This Plus Sand is like my all-time favorite linen, and I tried to get some, but they sold out quick. So this is 40 Count Legacy by Picture This Plus, and I'll just hold it up for you. Gorgeous, gorgeous neutral. And they usually have like a tinge of green. This one really doesn't seem very green. It's really, really pretty. But really, really good sampler color. And this is a contender for my Summer House Stitchworks BAP. And then this one's in, this one's another Picture This Plus. Yes, so this is 36 count doubloon. And I got a fat quarter of 36 count Picture This Plus doubloon. Just a more golden, kind of warm color, sandier color. That's also really, really pretty. Lots of good options. And then this one is a Fiber on a Whim. This one is called Eggshell, which I'm pretty sure I have this exact cut and color in my stash. So why did it, who knows why I bought it again. 40 count Eggshell by Fiber on a Whim. But really, really pretty piece of fabric. And do you want to see how I love all the same things? Look at all these colors. Look at that. This one is the gold one, but Legacy and Eggshell are very, very similar. Yes. Thumbnail. Okay. That is the haul, so let's get into the giveaways. Okay, so I'm going to start with the giveaways from last time, and the first was a chart from Mrs. Flossie's Etsy shop. So the winner of that is Tammy Morgan. Congratulations. If you hear your name for a giveaway, please find my email address in the description box below and send me an email, and I will do some verification and then get you in touch with your prize. These are all digital, so one of you will get a chart. Tammy, you'll get a chart from Mrs. Flossie, and then 2 people will get Etsy gift cards. So Tammy, congratulations, you won the chart. And then the Etsy gift card number 1, I had 2 $25 Etsy gift cards. The first one goes to Deborah Wheeler. And just a reminder, these are your YouTube usernames from your comment. So Deborah Wheeler. And then the other Etsy gift card winner is Emmy Rose 22A. So Emmy Rose and Deborah Wheeler, please email me and I'll get you your Etsy gift cards. Congratulations. And thank you everyone for entering. I'm going to do some more giveaways right now. So I have a stack of things that have come from Fat Quarter Shop or from you guys, or are things that I've stitched or duplicates I've bought. I just basically have a big magazine tub. It's like, is it in the camera frame? I don't think it is. But I basically have a big magazine tub full of giveaway stuff. And so I just sorted some things into little bundles, and they're all kind of by theme. And so the first one is a fall themed bundle. And I have a Farm Girl Farm Girl Fall from Lori Holt, a hands-on design little fall pumpkin. What is this one called? Autumn Skies by Hands On Design. And then the last one is Forever Home by Little Stitch Girl. Ooh. So, is that what it's called? Oh, Harvest House. Where did I get Forever Home? Don't listen to me. Harvest House. So the way you enter the giveaways is to 1, be a subscriber to my channel, 2, like the video, and 3, you leave a comment using a keyword. And so let's do autumn. So this will be the autumn bundle. If you want to be entered to win, just leave a comment using the word autumn. And since these are all just charts that I'm going to give away, this will be open internationally. So no matter where you live, if you want to enter and you win, I will mail it to you. Sometimes on giveaways, I have to limit it just based on shipping costs, but I'm going to open this one up worldwide. So feel free. Also, you can enter as many of the giveaways as you want, but once I draw your name, that'll be the only one you win. You wouldn't be entered for the rest of them. So just keep that in mind. So the next one I am calling Summer, and this has charts from It's So Emma. So there's a Chicken Club chart. And then this is their little summertime lemonade chart. Then May Stackables. and their summertime sign series. So the keyword will be summer to enter to win this bundle. Then this one will be the winter bundle. And so this has this really pretty Madame Chantilly Christmas chart. And then this lovely little It's So Emma Christmas chart. And then this from It's So Emma, and this is their Valentine's Tartan Ornament series. They have a Christmas themed one, Valentine's, and patriotic. And so this is the booklet of Valentine's. And so that's why this one is winter, not just Christmas, because it's got 2 Christmas and a Valentine's. So if you want to enter for this one, just use the word winter. And then the last bundle is patriotic. So this has the new It's So Emma patriotic typeface designs, and then this super cute Lizzie Kate small snippet chart. So if you want to be entered to win this one, just use the word patriotic somewhere in your comment. And I'm going to assume this will be a US based winner and probably not so much international. Although I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's international designers who design patriotic, but probably not a lot of international stitchers who stitch patriotic, if that makes sense. Anyways, so that will be the last little bundle, and I will draw winners of all of these in my next video. So yeah, I think that is everything I have to share with you today. Yeah. Now is where I realize I didn't plan anything to say in the outro, which is what I do all the time, and then I just ramble until I close the video. So I think I'm gonna go. My nephews just called me and they want to come over and swim. So I need to wrap up filming and go put on a bathing suit and go get in the pool because, yeah, it's a long weekend. Okay, it's not technically a long weekend. I do actually have to work tomorrow, but it's a work from home day. And Tuesday we have off for 4th of July. So it's like a pseudo long weekend, right? Like technically I'll be working tomorrow and I'll be working on getting this video up. I'm kind of still sticking to my new schedule of filming on Sunday and then waiting till Sunday night once I'm kind of done with my weekend to like get everything edited and uploaded and then publish it on Monday. But yeah, where was I going? I don't know. Technically I have to work tomorrow, but so many people have taken it off. And I just can't imagine there's going to be that much to do tomorrow. We'll find out. But yes, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Sunday and get in the pool. And I will see you guys very soon. I hope everybody has a wonderful 4th of July. Enjoy some fireworks. Eat some hot dogs. I wore my red shirt to be festive today. Yeah. Okay. I hope everybody's having a great summer. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.